Let me start with a painful truth. Most salespeople don't lose deals because they talk too much. They lose deals because they ask the wrong questions. Or worse, they ask the right questions in the wrong order. Have you ever had a prospect who seemed interested? They liked your product, they liked your presentation, they even agreed with your solution. And then they said, let me think about it, or send me the proposal, or we'll get back to you. And then they disappeared. Here's what most salespeople don't realize: people don't buy because of your presentation, people buy because of what happens inside their own mind during the conversation. And the fastest way to influence that thinking process is through the questions you ask. Today, I am going to show you the exact question hierarchy that turns prospects into buyers. Most sales conversations sound like this: what's your budget? When do you want to buy? What features are you looking for? Who is the decision maker? What model are you interested in? What location are you looking at? These questions gather information, but they don't create movement. They collect data, but they don't create desire. The problem is that most salespeople stay at the surface level. They ask questions that help them understand the prospect. Elite salespeople ask questions that help the prospect understand themselves. That's a massive difference. Because buyers don't make decisions when they understand your product. They make decisions when they understand the cost of their problem. And that requires a completely different sequence of questions. Okay, here's the framework. Think of sales questions like climbing a staircase. You cannot jump to the top step. You must move the prospect through four levels. Level 1: data questions. These are fact finding questions. Examples: how many vehicles are in your fleet? How long have you been in this house? What's your current process? What CRM are you using? These questions create context, but they don't create urgency. Most salespeople stay here too long. Level 2: situation questions. Now we go deeper. Examples: help me understand how you are currently handling this. Walk me through your existing process. How are you managing this today? These questions help you understand their world. But still, buyers don't buy because of their situation. They buy because of the consequences of that situation, which brings us to level 3. Level 3 is problem questions. This is where sales starts becoming psychology. Questions like: what's the biggest frustration with the current setup? What are things breaking down? Where are they breaking down? What's stopping you from getting the results you want? What impact is this having on your business? Now, the prospect begins to think differently. But the magic happens at the next level. Level 4: transformation questions. This is where buyers mentally move into the future. Ask: if this problem was completely solved, what would that mean for you? What becomes possible then? How would your business look 6 months from now? How would your life be different? Notice what happened. We moved from facts to reality to consequences to possibility. And that's exactly how human beings make decisions. They move emotionally from pain to possibility. Let me give you an example from the automotive world. Imagine you are selling premium SUVs. The average salesperson asks, which model are you considering? What's your budget? When are you planning to buy? The prospect answers politely. Nothing changes. Now, watch what happens with question hierarchy. Level 1. How long have you been driving your current vehicle? Level 2. What made you start exploring a replacement now? The prospect says, we have outgrown the current vehicle. Level 3. Tell me more about that. What challenges are you experiencing? And the prospect says, family trips are becoming uncomfortable. We struggle with luggage space. My parents often travel with us. Now we go deeper. What's the impact of that? The prospect replies, honestly, family travel has become stressful. Now, the transformation question. If you had the perfect vehicle for your family, what would that change? The prospect says, we could travel comfortably. My parents would enjoy the journey. Family vacations would become enjoyable again. Now, notice something important. We are no longer discussing a car, we are discussing comfort, family, experiences, memories. The buyer is no longer buying an SUV, they are buying a better future. And that shift happened because of the questions, not because of the pitch. So, here's your challenge. In your next sales conversation, stop trying to impress prospect with answers. Instead, focus on asking better questions. And remember this sequence: data, situation, problem, transformation. Never skip levels. Guide the buyer up the staircase, because the quality of your sales results is directly linked to the quality of your questions. And if you want to master the psychology pillar of my SPAR framework and learn the exact question structures, buyer psychology principles, and AI powered sales techniques used by elite performers, subscribe to the channel. And remember, average salespeople present, elite salespeople help buyers think. See you in the next video.